Hello everyone, this is Simone. I am here to flip through my Hobonichi Cousin, which has changed from being a planner to a journal. That's why at the end I'm quickly flipping through my two planner things that I'm using, and then when we get to 2021, I guess I'm going to change my videos up a tiny bit. I am still using this cover. I purchased it at the September release from the Hobonichi store. This is the Eric cover on cover, and if you haven't seen the short story about Eric, the author of the artist who made Eric is Sean Tan. I found a video, and I will link it in the description box below, where you can read and watch the story of Eric. This is the mint, I think, turquoise color, cover and cover. And when I look into my phone right now, it looks a bit bluer than it actually is. It has a more touch towards the green. This is the Hobonichi Cousin A5 in the second, so the book in the year in two books. I started it in July, and I didn't use an A5 in the first half of 2020. So that is my very first experience with the Hobonichi Cousin A5, and I really enjoyed it. In these pockets, I have stickers and stamped out images that I want to use in my journal. I haven't been as good as I have before with using those. Here's a stencil that I use for these checkboxes. I don't really use this anymore in here because I'm not using it as a planner, but when it's in here, I know where to find it. And back here are all of my Sissy Art Cafe stickers. These ones I purchased, and these I received in her Patreon Happy Mail, and I really have to make an effort to use them, but they're just so pretty, and I'm a hoarder. You know that if you've been watching my videos for a long time. This is still the same, and it's going to stay the same. I put this from Love Cynthia. It's a free printable that you can get in her Facebook group. On here, I put my phone number down. Then I use this to track YouTube and Instagram up here. I still need to fill this out. I already put it down somewhere. I need to find the paper where I put it down to transfer. I usually index the pages that I want to reference. However, I haven't done that for November. I guess last month it was the same for October. This is not something high on my priority list when I do my monthly review, so it usually is done at the end, and I'm just not done with reviewing all of November yet. This down here is my task list, or I actually write down things that I do on a monthly or bi-monthly, whatever regular basis, just so that I know when I need to do things next. That is the blue ink. Black ink is when I need to do things next. So I knew that I might want to consider, it was in the beginning, it was something like future plans or ideas that I want to reconsider once it gets closer. And yeah, so that is what this is. This is going to change in 2021, and I will talk all about this in the future, in a future video. This is November. This is how it turned out. I used the monthly overview for appointments, special days, holidays, my work schedule. I did not write the hours in here because it changed like half an hour later, half an hour earlier, and so I just didn't write it down, so I didn't have to correct it. I put in birthdays, as I said, appointments, things that happen to the whole family that are not something that happen on a regular basis. I decorated it with Cocoa Daisy free printables. I will again link them in the description box below. And for December, I already started using my new planner system because it just works out better that way. This is still a list of meals that I might want to make, but I think I'm already done with this list, so I can just take it out and trash it. And then this is January. I'm not going to use that, but that is totally okay. This book is so full, you don't even notice that I haven't used all the pages in the book. All right, let me check where I started with November. November 1st was on Sunday. I decorated this weekly spread for Halloween. Then the next was election week. I used a Happy Scrappy kit. It was a Hobonichi Weeks kit, but it still worked really well in this weekly spread. This is a free printable from Kelly Perky. Then here I used leftovers from a Hobonichi Weeks kit from the Style Planner. I based my color scheme on that and added in some stickers here. Well, that's about it. And then all of the character stickers. Anyway, then this washi tape is from Coco Daisy. This is Linus Potts. The next week I didn't really use a kit at all. I used this sticker from a Hobonichi Weeks kit from Coco Daisy, but the things that were on that sticker sheet on those Hobonichi kits that were left over that I hadn't used just don't work with the way I'm planning or decorating in here, and so I only used these two stickers, this sticker and this from that kit, and then I added in a printable. This again is free from Coco Daisy. Because on November 16th we went back into purple tier, and so I just put it here. These stickers here are from, and these rub-ons are from Pink Paisley. I had those stickers in my stash for a long time. They didn't really work for scrapbooking or the way I was scrapbooking at the time, and so I decided to use them in my planner, and this was the last call. Now they're sorted out and I'm going to give them to someone else. This is Happy Mail that I received from Caitlin. Caitlin loves stationery, so I added it in here. And then so that was last week. This week I haven't even filled in yesterday. This week I'm using pieces from a sticker sheet from Coco Daisy from December 2019. Still have some left over. This and this and this is from them. And then I have this washi tape that is Coco Daisy as well. I don't know what year that was. If you remember or don't know, I was on their planner team for a while, and so I have lots of things still in my stash that I'm trying to use up. I guess this color scheme is more in the blue and dark. I really like how this is going to turn out. So that is my weekly spreads. I don't really use them. No, not really. I don't use them for planning anymore. I did that in the beginning and it worked out well, but I didn't use it to its full potential, and then I really enjoy doing this, and so I decided I just would use those weekly spreads for decorating, and I really, really enjoyed doing that. All right, let's move into November on the daily pages. This is how I started November. I stamped November on here. You can see it really faint. This is my YouTube schedule and workflow. I didn't fill it in anymore. Then I often do things that I do in here is a weekly review. I decorated the pages again with watercolor and a free printable from Coco Daisy. This one is from Brandy Kincaid. Here I wrote a lot about my planner confusion, if what I had thought in September was still going to be what I want it to be. Here I made weekend goals, and I started not to use the pages on a daily basis, so I just stamped the date when I actually filled this page in. Here I love using watercolor, as you can see. I didn't really have to journal about anything, but I really enjoyed putting together colors that matched and this spread. Then I wrote something else. Here is more about my planner quest. And I didn't even have enough space here, so I went with paper. This is Muji paper. Then I thought I was going to document photos in a traveler's notebook, so I started writing it out here. Since I'm not as keen on, I like the idea of doing it more than actually doing it, so I'm not sure this is actually going to happen. This is, I found on Facebook, and I liked the way what it said and the illustration, so I printed it and stuck it in here. There's another weekly review. These are all Coco Daisy. Well, actually the designer is Line from Linus Pots, but the free download is on the Coco Daisy page. Here I journaled about how I really have a hard time going on new adventures, exploring someplace new. And I like the idea of going somewhere new more than actually doing it, and it's really hard for me to branch out and go on unfamiliar terrain. Here I planned out a stash advent calendar for my friend Mar. It took quite some planning, and so I just added in this, again, Coco Daisy free printable. Just printed it out, stuck it in here. Another page about my lineup. This is almost how it's going to be. Then I wrote down all of my current projects that I was working on. I think I need to go back and check what needs to be done. Another weekly review. More about my planners and videos I would like to film on a regular basis in 2021. Then here is videos that I would like to do about 2020, all the flip throughs that I want to do. There's some sticker shops that I would like to purchase from another weekly review. And here you can see I did this on November 23rd, but it's on the 11/16 page. Here I just decorated. This is from a magazine. Stickers. This is a free printable from Amy Tangerine. And then I added in some Happy Mail, more documenting, a list for one of the projects that I make. Here I documented some Happy Mail. This is my first Advent video. Then I journaled about reading, my weekend goals. Here's my November review checklist, and oh my gosh, I wrote October, and then I realized, oops, it's already the end of November. These printables are from Sissy's Art Cafe, so I used those to stuck them in. And on those pages right here, let me go back to where it ended. I decided to try and see what it would look like and how I enjoyed not using watercolors, because it's really a long, strenuous process. So I didn't use watercolor. I like the pages, but I just don't enjoy it as much. And so I decided to go back to watercoloring after this was done. So here I started back up using my watercolors and just using the time that I have to do that, because I just enjoy it even more. So these are all Sissy Art Cafe printables. Here's another weekly review. This page I haven't filled yet, and here I'm documenting the advent calendar that I was just talking about. So on day one, not only did I unpack the advent calendar from Mar, but I also opened this 24 stripe advent skein that I purchased from the Cozy Knitter. I have not started it yet, but I will eventually. But here I documented day one. Then this is December. This is where December starts. I have my YouTube schedule right here. I added in this paper because I just love the colors. And then here is day two. This is day two of the video advent. And then here is my current, I created a color scheme, ink colors based on this image here. And so I inked up my fountain pens, and I still have some more, but I don't have any more fountain pens. So I need to wait for a nib and a cartridge so that I can use another Lamy that I have in my stash. And then I will maybe have to buy another fountain pen to use all the colors that I have. So here's day 2, 3, and 4 of the Advent. And I'm just going to use the next open page to document the next Advent. I already decorated some more pages right here, but yeah, nothing is prepped yet, and I'm really happy how this is turning out. So let me quickly show you what I'm using for planning. Planning is in these two. This is the Filofax A5 in Duck Egg. It's an original. This one, well, compared to the Malden, not that it is fake or original, this is the original Filofax A5 in Duck Egg. This one is a Chic Sparrow in pocket size, and I have just a regular notebook from Muji in here. And in the beginning I was just using paper, pen, and a stamp to stamp out the days, but I have started to add some papers in here. Here I put in these free printable from Sterling Ink, but the difference between this as a journal, I am expecting kind of to decorate it. Here, decoration is completely optional, and using pen and paper and this stamp is absolutely fine. So that's what I have been using since October and all the way through November. And it works really well for my needs at the moment. And this starts in 2021. I'm curious to see how this is going to work out for me, but I will update you on that. And then I have my reference notebook in here, and not only is it my reference notebook, it has section 1 has my monthly overview, section 2 is my YouTube planner starting in January. Then I have my monthly reviews, my references, reference lists, or kind of the lists that you would have in a bullet journal. Here's my cleaning part. Then I have projects, and then references for life. So here's I usually clip it to the divider right here, so you can actually like open up the divider, and I'm on the monthly spread here. November was still in the Hobonichi, but my November next actions and November ideas list was already in here. Here is my December. Here is December next actions, December ideas, and I put money right in here. So this is where I put down spending and incoming money. Then here is plans for YouTube schedules. The printables that I'm using mostly are from Plan to Create. I like her minimal and style. Here is my third section, is my reviews, weekly review, monthly review, things that I use for my reviews, documentation, someday maybe list, 2022 planner ideas, wish list. This was my November money, Christmas list, present list, rent, and then birthday list. And then that's it. Fourth is cleaning. So this is yearly overview. This is what is going to take over this section right here. This bottom section is going to be here. And then I also have made a list to check what exactly needs to be cleaned in each of the rooms that we have. And then these are all of my projects that I check on a regular basis. And here I have another one of those yearly overviews where I write down ideas for projects that I would like to tackle in a specific month. And then these are real life things, work, cats, stuff like that. And that's about it for now. It's taking on some more shape. I'm still working on getting the hang of it and figuring out which sections I want to have. It's not very decorated yet, but I actually really like the way it is right now. So I'm not setting out to making this absolutely pretty. This is something that I need to work with. Alrighty, so I think that is all. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you one more time for a December flip through, and then I'm done with this Hobonichi, and we will see what I'm going to use in 2021. I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.